La ilaha, la ilaha, la ilaha, la ilaha, la ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. La ilaha, la ilaha, la ilaha, la ilaha.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم. The Amir, ably represented by our respected Acting Amir, Dr. Busari Sahib, the mission in charge, Mufti Rana Sahib, all other protocols observed. Let me start by saying that Alhamdulillah that Ijtema is coming to an end. And I pray that whatever have the beginning must actually have an end. May our end be for the glory of God. Last year, we were considering Abuja to host this Ijtema, this year Ijtema. And because of insecurity in the north, it was agreed that ÀPÁTA should hold it. And by the grace of God, you are all seeing that the Ijtema is very, very successful. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ijtema is successful in the sense that out of 68 dilia, we have just 3 dilia that did not participate at all. And that has been my concern for the past years. When you look around, Waterside dilia is not here. And I continue to report to the headquarters that they should look into it. They don't come for the workshop and they don't attend the Ijtema. When we visit them early this year, we encourage them and we spend 3 days. The mission is there, the house is also there for the missionary, and at least 2 of them were there. But the result is not yet coming. I think those that are concerned, and I'm appealing to mission in charge particularly, to look into what is actually happening in Waterside. The other dilia that has just been created is bedded dilia. Throughout of Majlis and Ansarullah activities, none has ever taken place. And I want to appeal to the coordinator, Zone 8, who is taking care of them, including Lokaja itself. They are not doing anything, and I have to be also be fat and figures. So they are not assisting in Majlis and Ansarullah. And the last dilia, which maybe is coming up, and with the problems there, and that is Sokoto Sanfaradilia. They have not been coming at all, despite felicitation to those dilia. So my appeal to our missionaries who actually were saddled with those responsibilities should assist us to manage Ansarullah in their zone. Having said that, the numbers of participants throughout from these 3 days is just 3,136. 3,136. In fact, our intention is that, our observation is that in ÀPÁTA will be about 5,000, and our budget was on 5,000. But, well, we MAAN plan man proposes, God disposes. Even on your tajnid is even more than ＡPÁTA Ijtema. And that's the way it goes. It is not by number of people or number of members that actually come to Ijtema. We put it on percentage with respect to your tajnid. So if you come with 500, it's immaterial. We look at your tajnid, then we score you the percentage. So the first person, the third in population to this Ijtema is no other than Coca-Cola dealer. And they have 71 people in attendance. The second one goes to Aliya, which is 75%, and that's the second position. So if you hear the figure, don't worry about the figure. We base it on a percentage with respect to their tajnid. If you are 100 in your area and about 90 people comes for Ijtema, then we put it on that poll rate. If you have 15 members and the whole 15 members come, what is the percentage? So that's the thing. So the second one is Aliya, while the host, ＡPÁTA GàǹGà, scored the first position. They scored 90.6%. I'm not surprised when we were in Oyo, the numbers of people that participated more than even the number in our tajnid. So, and since then, they have been deteriorating bit by bit. I've been complaining so much. And this is where I can complain to you. When they are reading those performances, it's not a joke. Before we can send any report to the Morcas, it used to take us between 1 to 2 weeks. And those people you are seeing, they don't sleep. We don't allow them to sleep. When we come for collation of reports, it's not less than 2 weeks of doing it. And that is why Nigerian Jamaat, particularly Majlis Ansarullah, were being recognized all over the world. Alhamdulillah for that. Well, as it is, I hope the people that have complained about will try as much as possible to improve in their Majlis activities. Then with the medical camp outreach, as we used to do every year, we have about 5 doctors in attendance, then ophthalmologist, 1, I think it is 2, then the pharmacists are 3, medical lab scientists are 4, we have nurses 2, and supporting officers from both Majlis Kudam and Majlis Ansarullah. And if you be hearing architect Dr. Moreneke is one of them, he has been doing the services with the rest. So the outreach treated 510 people, free drugs to members there, whether known or unknown, female or female children, all along like that, they were treated. And we have 280 people that were treated in this venue. I don't know why we are having a lot of headache here, cold, everything. How can it be 280? Which means that when you go back home, go and check your BPs, go and check your all things that we have been doing. Just go and check it. We don't expect to have large figure like this. 280 is too much for about 3,000 people. Then we also distributed 90 reading glasses. And some of our members were also given glasses, and there are about 30 of them. So alhamdulillah, we need to express our appreciation and gratitude to the medical team that volunteered themselves for the laudable activities. May Allah reward them abundantly.
Amen.
Now for Ijtema. we still believe that Ijtema Fenu could be Abuja or Ondo, as at our last meeting. Abuja still stands the first contenders of that Ijtema. If the situation in the north is very good as far as security is concerned, we are going to Abuja, inshallah, next year. We are going to Abuja, inshallah. Did you agree? Jazakumullah. If not, Ondo should be ready to partake or to host the national Ijtema. They're supposed to hold this Ijtema because of Majlis, they just dodge. So we don't have complaint, but it's still part of the system. So we may either continue to be our helper. Now, let me quickly say something with respect to our visitation, courtesy call here and there. Number one is that when we visited Correctional Center, we met our Muslim brothers, which their age does not go beyond 25 years. Most of them are between 15 to 25 years, and it's very unfortunate. Some are just under trial for the past 10 years. Yes. Some of them were charged with life imprisonment. They are just waiting for any, maybe, message from heaven that will take care of them. Otherwise, they will remain in the prison for their life. So maybe when any government comes to power, out of mercy, they can as well relieve them of their prison sentences. So what I want to deduce from that is that our youths, our Tfal, our Kudam, and our Babas, that you don't allow disciplinary action for our children in your Jamaat, in your Mukom, in your Dilia. I think we better go back to the basis. Children of Ahmadiyya, they are children of everybody. Don't say because somebody hates me, maybe they correct your child for one thing or the other, and you not take it up as a hatred. It is not a traded issue. They were training them so that they become a useful member in our community. Therefore, I want to appeal to you sincerely that when you go to that place, you will shed tears. Though we present the case of those, I don't want to call them prisoners now, but I made the remark before the deputy governor that some are innocent. When your children is going out, you should know where they are going. They don't just go out with anybody. If your children are making friends with somebody you don't know, please correct him. Let our activities be within ourselves. Otherwise, you will not know when they will induce them to any activity that will be a crime at the later days. So therefore, I made the appeal before the governor, especially those who are innocent. And the governor also accepted that, and he promised to look into it so that they will be able to release those who are not even offended anything, or those who offended and they have stayed beyond the normal sentence, if at all they find them guilty. Somebody, as a lawyer by himself, he said that some offenses is not beyond 3 months, 6 months, 1 year at most. But see the case now, where they are spending 10 years and above on that trial. So it is a pathetic story, but I'm bringing it to you so that we take care of our children. Number 2 is that be of ambassador of Ahmadiyya. I want to thank those with a local government. While they were making remarks, especially the chairman of the local government, Hido, who said, is there anything at all? The Ahmadis within them, they are the ones helping them out. At any situation, They will make it very easy for them, even when there is crisis in the council. Those are the people that used to bail them out. And the same thing applicable at Southwest local government. So that's a pride for us. Therefore, whatever position you are in your area, in your places, be a good ambassador of the Jamaat. Then finally, I want to appeal that while we are going home, don't overspeed. Don't drive carelessly. Don't allow the driver that you have employed, that you have charged to take us home, drive you the way they like. So that it is better to reach home very well rather than to be faster and not getting home. I pray that there will be accident-free when we are going back to our respective accommodation places. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I want to make it that about when I'm about to leave Majlis in 1977, it is ÀPÁTA that sent me out. I want to make a history. When I was a Harding, ÀPÁTA people sent me out from Majlis through the then Sadr, Adeoye Abdul Waheed. And this very year too, ÀPÁTA is sending me out from Majlis as Sadr. So, as from next year, we'll be seeing another Sadr. And I want to appeal to you that the cooperation you give to me, please give it to the oncoming Sadr. But let me also inform you that the Shura of Majlis Ansarullah Nigeria will be coming up in October 25. You know those that are supposed to attend. However, there is representative. We will do the needful so that your names that are supposed to come for Shura should come not later than the next month, September. We'll ask you to send the proposed name for the position of Sadr. Only a few Dilia responded, but that's not just the way. The names should come from Mukom, not from Dilia. All the names you have in the mind for position of Sadr and position of Naib Sadr Savdo should come from Dilia. The Dilia to collate the names and send it to the MOK. And that's the way to do it. We will also look at those names with the occurrences, then we forward it to Hazak Al-Watmasi Hamis, either to accept the list or to prune it down to the minimum or maximum that we need to contest at the next Ijtema, inshallah. At the Shura. And thereafter, the approved name will be published and will be announced to you all. So once again, I thank you all for giving me the total support. May Allah continue to support you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, I want to announce the best Majlis of the year. When we say send your report, you think we are joking. Please send your chanda, you think we are joking. Every action that you do also have a reward. And the reward is what we are going to announce now. Okay. The third best Majlis scored, don't worry, I will tell you, scored 61 out of the total 100%, 61%. It's a very keen contest. The three run after each other. So the third best Majlis is no other than Coca-Cola Majlis. The second best Majlis, I am not surprised because the points between the best and the second best is just 1 point. That second best Majlis has been trying, how did people writing the report that will not be able to get it? And has been doing that for the past 3 years. And Alhamdulillah, God crowned his efforts. And the Dilia is not other than Ekiti Dilia. Well, I don't know whether the best Majlis before maybe just slip a bit. The dealer that has been winning it slip a bit. He could have won it. So I sympathize with Monotone. This time around, the dealer that scored the mass, he scored 66%. And while the second one that I've just presented before scored 65%. So the best dealer is no other than Abekuta dealer. We have plaque for best Majlis of the year, but the producer of that plaque is oncoming. But shortly we will give him. But before then, let us hand over these materials to him.